Rebecca Meehan from Embody Physiotherapy and Wellness, and today I'd like to talk to you about posture, and more specifically about standing posture. So many times when I meet women or men, but especially women, they say, "Hi, I'm Amy, and I have really bad posture." Susan and I both will typically respond with, "There's no thing as bad posture. They're just habits, and we can change habits. We can change how we're bearing that load through our core and through our pelvic floor." And if you watch that last video, you know what I'm talking about. So when we start changing our posture, it changes how we're able to move, how we're able to respond. It's going to mean that we can use our pelvic floor, our abdominals, our hip and our leg muscles in different ways. And isn't that what strengthening and coordination are all about? Learning how to move more confidently in different ways. Okay, so today I'd like to work a little bit with just some ideas for standing posture, some things that I use with a lot of the people that I work with. Again, this is general, not knowing what your posture looks like, how you stand, how you're built. I can't answer things specifically for you. But after you're done with this and you start practicing it and you say, "Yeah, this is helpful, but I need more," give us a call or come to some of our classes. Again, we work with people individually through a physical therapy standpoint, as well as in our classes and workshops. So I'd like for you to stand up, give yourself a little bit of space. I'm not wearing shoes right now, and I would guess that a lot of you go barefoot around the house, but it's always good to practice barefoot in slippers, shoes. If you're someplace warm and you can wear sandals, go for it, because things are constantly changing. But I want you to check in and feel your feet. And then I just want you to find your habit posture. And I want you to think about what you don't like about your habit posture. A lot of times when women come in to see me, they're concerned about what they think of as their mommy pooch, this tummy that's hanging out that they can't do anything with. And so what do we wind up doing? We wind up sucking in up here at the top, which actually can make it worse, and even more so if I'm standing in line and waiting to go to the bathroom and I suck in up here. What's going to happen down here? I'm going to wind up doing the potty dance. So we want to find balance, and we want to be able to breathe, not to suck in. So go ahead and take one last suck in. Pull your tummy in. Just suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. And now let it go. Whew. Good. Done with that. Okay. Bring your hands to your hip creases. And what I'd like for you to do is to check in with your feet. Just see where your weight is. Rock back and forth a little bit between your heels and the balls of your feet. And try to determine where your habit posture is. For a lot of us, we tend to get back on our heels. What I'd like for you to do is to see if you can find the balance point between the heels and the balls of the feet. Another way I describe this is if you ski, to find that ability to reach forward down the hill. We don't ski backwards, so reaching forward just a little bit. Another thing that works for some people is to think about standing at the water's edge down at the beach. And think about how you play that game of trying to hold your balance as the water comes up and the water goes away. We can't be rigid in either of those situations because we'll fall. Okay, so find the pressure point between your heels and the balls of your feet. So we're taking ourselves out of this, bringing ourselves forward, and now let your knees unlock. I'm not taking my knees into a full squat, but neither am I pulling them back. So let them unlock. I always know that we've hit a good chord when people email me and say, "My quads are working." Yes, that's what they're supposed to do. Have your hands here at your hip crease. Make sure you've got a little bit of a crease and you're not just swaying forward. Push back just a little bit. Bring one hand up to the base of the ribs, another hand to the base of your tummy. Take your ribs up, and now just let them begin to settle down. We call this dropping the ribs, wringing them down, or think about just reaching nice and easily into the wind, or again, skiing downhill. Now, when you do this, when you find this posture, you're going to say to me, wow, Rebecca, that feels so weird. Yep, your brain is saying, wow, I'm leaning like this far forward, but we're not. From this position, notice that you can come down, you can come up, you can step out. Then as you practice this, your balance is going to be a little bit easier because you won't be in this locked out posture. So we start finding this position where we're not back on our heels, heels and toes, unlock the knees, a little bit of a crease. And now, instead of lifting that baby and swinging back, I want you to imagine that you're hugging the baby and you're protecting it. Okay? So that we're reaching forward and not swinging back. As soon as I swing back, I can feel pressure down on my bladder. When I'm like this, finding this posture, heels, toes, knees unlocked, still strong, reaching forward just a little bit, I can take a breath in. I can breathe out. I can breathe in and out, and my ribs aren't going up and down. Again, this takes practice, okay? But from this position, I can come down and I can come up. And I can reach down and I can reach up. And I'm not losing my balance to do so. Neither am I sticking the landing and swinging back on my back and causing back pain or neck pain or a sense of pelvic floor pressure. Okay? So holding on to something, practicing, babies are fine. Hold on to the baby, hold on to the puppy, hold on to an 8-pound exercise ball. Find your feet, knees unlock. Just protect that baby a little bit. Now, let the baby go. Notice where your posture is. We're still long and tall, but we can breathe. I can expand, inhaling, and as you practice this, exhaling, lifting from the base, back passage, middle passage, drawing up. And exhaling, not passing gas, drawing up that pearl tampon. You might not feel it as much as you do when you're sitting down. You might feel you're getting a little glute clenching. Well, your glutes are helping to keep you from falling over. So again, find your feet, let your knees be soft, hip crease, let the ribs settle just a little bit. So many things that we look at, but these are some of the basics that we start teaching to all of our people, almost all of our people, when they come in, okay? Going from being super straight, leaning back, if all I do, feet, knees, and let my shoulders be a little softer, I'm in a position that allows me to move and to get through the day more easily, without pelvic pressure, a little bit more energy because I can breathe more easily, and feeling stronger because I can move from position to position. Last thing, when we lift that baby up, bring your legs out to the side. I'm willing to bet that most of you tend to be a side holder. I held all my kids on the left and I hold my grandkids on the left. Some of you are righties. So that we come over into this position, and instead of swinging out like this and now being stuck in this posture, can we bring the baby a little bit in front? The baby's kind of front and hips. Find your feet again. Knees are soft but strong. A little bit of hip pressure, and we're holding the baby here in front. Just a little bit. So I'm still protecting the baby instead of drawing back and then over to the side. I can just about guarantee you that if you hold the baby here in front just a little bit, as long as you've got good support here with your arms, that baby's not going to go anywhere. We do not need to lean back. Find the balance point. Same thing holds true if you're a baby wearer and you're taking the baby and wearing the baby on your front. Finding that position where you have good support and then allowing yourself to be forward. I'm not forward, but I'm not back. So finding that balanced position so that the baby is supported, but so are you. Okay. Hopefully, I gave you a few good tips, and hopefully, I gave you a few things that you can incorporate into your day, and that if I raised some questions for you and gave you some, aha, maybe this is something I need to look into a little bit more, you know where to reach us. And just continue to remember that you can be a C+ student. You don't need to be an A+ student when it comes to how you're standing, how you're doing all of these things, and that you start exploring change. Okay, start finding your feet, changing where your legs are, giving your body the opportunity to find some different grooves and patterns. And then call us with questions. We love working with people and creating change. Have a great day, and we hope we see you soon. Bye.